In this video, we're going to show how to set up a Vapor application for Heroku. If you use the Vapor command line tool, there is a Heroku sub command you can use. So go ahead and run that. Feel free to provide a custom Heroku app name if you want, or if you want to deploy in another region. But for most of these questions, you can pretty much just answer no. And it will use a already built build pack, which will then add all the necessary settings, and it'll add a proc file so that the application can then be run on Heroku. Next, using Homebrew, you're going to want to install the Heroku command line tool. I'll provide a link in the description below. From there, you can use the Heroku command line tool to add Postgres to your application. You can use the free hobby package, which should be enough to get started on a Heroku application. When you set up a Heroku Postgres database, you will be set up with a database URL, which will then give you access to that Postgres database. So we're going to want to go into Xcode and check to see if that database environmental variable URL is set up. So we can then use the static method get and check if that key exists, database URL. If it does, we'll use that for our PostgreSQL configuration for our connection. Otherwise, we'll go back to using the hard-coded dev settings for localhost server name and app collection username in this case. Once that code change is done, you can go ahead and commit and push it to Heroku, either using the git command or the Vapor command. This will then push the code update to Heroku, run the build, as well as run the web worker to get the server up and running. When you set up the Heroku application, you should get an app name and a URL. You can then test the application using curl again to add an item to our database, as well as to see if our database actually propagates those items. Next, we'll be talking about how to get a Ubuntu server set up for Vapor.